My name's Rich Hiscock, welcome to my farming channel. This is what I've been doing over the last week. God, rutted me then.
When I need a few friends, now and again I can never hope to keep them. Thought to give friends what I thought that they wanted. Never had they needed a good friend as I've been. Don't get me venting on friends who resent you, cause all you've ever done is been a noose to hang on to. They thought was a necklace and reckless, they fell into hell. We both hang with nothing to do but scratch, kick. The gravity went like this, the gravity went like. You could leave it all behind. Even the devil needs time to rest sometimes. You could let it all go. You could let it all go. It's called free fall. It's called free fall. Kind to the devil and the devil said quit. Can't be bothered, better handle y'all shit. Keep about your wrist, man. Keep about your wrist. Know yourself and who you came in with. Can I sit down? I've been hustling all day. I can't even count how many souls I made.
Rightio, so it's Wednesday the 3rd of May. I'm just up on some playground. All this is going in the wild bird seed. I thought we got a small window of good weather, so I thought I'd go for it on the wild bird seed. We've got nothing else going on today, like field work wise. So I'm going to get this power house down, get into the bird seed, because this is higher tier here. This is the autumn farm here. All higher tier ground, so we've got to plant some bird seed. We also got to plant some ryegrass too. So we've got 3 acres there, I think 4 acres actually. And we also got another 4 acres of this like ryegrassy stuff we've got to plant. Here's our power harrow. I haven't used it a lot because the contractor does it most of the time, but it's ideal for things like this. So, and I've got the 175 on the go. I ain't took loader off because I thought it's only a small patch, nearly a waste of time. But we start cleaning the tractors up, a little bit dirty, clean all tractors out, get loaders off the big ones ready for mowing. We've got a new mower coming. That's a Kuhn power harrow. We've got a Kuhn mower coming too, so we're getting in a Kuhn gear now. Gonna keep the Fendt mower, so hopefully I have 2 mowers going this year. We will have contractors in to do the big bits though. The 2 mowers what we got, we'll do like hay, rainbow, stuff like that. Pre-mowing, because it might be a pre-mowing year. So we'll see how it goes. What do you think of this ploughing though? Take a look at this. I reckon that is pretty top notch. I didn't plough it. I don't think I've ever played a field in my life. Might 1 or 2 fields, but not much. But that's pretty good going, isn't it? Right, let's fire this power harrow up. It's the first time this year. We bought it in the autumn and we used it for about 12 acres, I think. All the peas and barley contract done this year, so you haven't been used yet. Gonna try it out and see how it goes. It's a bit sticky. Side when we're out in the middle. Right, I've power harrowed it and down here again. I've just whipped home, got the quad bike. I bring it up on a flatbed, got all the seed ready, good bird seed. Now I'm going to go on to it, just give it a little quick whip round, chuck all the seed on. Hopefully I'll be able to get the rollers on this night too. This is going to take me probably 2 acres, 3/4 of an hour I reckon. It's quite a slow job with the quad because it's 1 bag at a time, but it's only 2-3 bags at the most, so it should be quick and easy. Here we go, take a look at this. So I go 1 quad width per par, driving about 10 mile an hour. Right, 10 mile an hour, I reckon between 8 and 12. This isn't dead exact, but it seems to work every time I go that sort of speed. As you see down the back there. One year I've done about 70 acres with this quad. I was out there all day for 2 days. Here we go, last job of the day, rolling it in. Just gone over nice and slow to pan it all in because I haven't chain arrowed it or anything. The rollers, hopefully I'll bed it in a bit. It's nice and dry now though. Plenty of moisture in there. See that. Actually got a bit of sticking in a roller. I think it'll be alright. It's a shame we don't get a bit more weather like this, but I think it's going to end around the coronation. I think we've got a lot of rain coming, but fingers crossed we don't. This is my ride, show you that. T115. He's on the spring farm all the time at the moment, and a set of triple rollers there. Shut gate. Another cow and calf got in. It's a holding pen we're using at the moment. It's not ideal because it's all right, but it's just a bridge with 2 gates either end. Gate down there, I'll just open it back. All year round calving cows still in. Happy as Larry they are. Best place for them, to be honest, in this wet. It's just an absolute shit show out in the fields. So they're better off staying in. Milking well was great. So we're going to keep them in, just make most of it. Just use a bit of extra sand when they're in for some reason in the summer. They seem to kick it about a bit more. But they seem to be settled. Obviously nice and cosy. It's a lot drier environment too in the summer in the sand beds. It's actually better if it's not like, you know, if it's dry outside it's better outside, but it's bloody wet. So look at the state, look at this. Josh on tanker there, still taking the muck out, trying to get as much muck out as possible because we ain't got the field work. Here's Tom coming with a cow and calf. Yeah, you're alright, keep coming. Cow and calf in the shed. Right, that's that job done. Now we're going to put them straight in. We're going to lift them over and put them straight in with these. They're going in now. He's happy. He has dropped. Straight on. It's Coronation Saturday. The King and Queen are now official, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Just getting the cows across the road. So I'll show you the piece of barley, someone. It's coming out really well. It's green's right up. It is bloody wet, miserable, dull, horrible day. I've had enough of it, but like I said, I think it's going to carry on until June. I can't see no uplift in the weather next week too much, so I don't think a lot's going to be happening then. I reckon it's pretty much confirmed the first cut silage when it's made is going to be, even if it dries up now and the sun comes out, it's going to be pretty low in quality because we haven't had the sunlight. So that's the end of that one. Hopefully second cut and third cut's a little bit different, but it's still going to be a challenge in winter unless we have exceptional maize and whole crop. We'll see how it goes. It's not lost yet, I suppose. Cows all banking up. They do cross the road well on a wet day, so I shouldn't have no trouble today. It's when it's hot and sunny, they're a bit slow. But they're banking up. That's 2 railway steepers wide there, and I've got the gate, double gates here. I'll just swing them open a minute and straight across. Should be really nice and easy day because the Coronation's on. Not many people out driving about. Really nice and quiet. And we haven't started serving yet. We usually were serving this time of year, but now this year we're going to do it on the 15th, what I think is a good idea too, because we don't want to be serving too many in this wet weather at the moment. Hopefully it's a bit different on the 15th, but if it ain't, we're going to go for it anyway. A lot of bulling. There's quite a few over there bulling. When I woke up 4 o'clock this morning, I had a cow rolling around out in the yard with bloats somewhere. Just having a look for him. It's like a typical cow like this. Jersey cross, lacing the milk out. Ah, here he is. There you go, see that? I put a hole in the side of him, put a bung in there to release the air. Little bit bloated still, but she's a lot better. And she's walking around, that's the main thing. Worst thing to do really, cow with bloat. We had 2 with bloat actually, but this one was the worst of the one. The other one's been and gone. This is what I've got to keep an eye on. Worst thing you do really is shut them up in the shed. You want to keep them walking about. So she seems to be, yeah, I say she's pretty much out of the woods. She's alright. She's still bagged up tight with milk too. So she's still functioning right. But she's not, you know, she's not the last one around the yard. So we've just got to keep an eye on it. It's where the grass is pushed on now. And we've got that wet weather. Roughage, that helps out with the bloat and the grass staggers. So So we've got grass staggers and bloat, and I think sometimes they get grass staggers, then they get bloat after because of the stress of grass staggers. So we're putting this sort of haylage sort of silage in. I wouldn't say it's top quality, but it's all we've got left, and it's at least we've got something. So if you've seen that, like if you're not a farmer and you've seen like that just a minute ago of me showing you a picture of a cow with a hole in its belly, looks pretty gruesome, but it does save the cow's life. Like that has instantly saved his life, because when you find a cow rolling about on the floor with bloat, you've probably got about between 10 minutes and 15 minutes to release that air, or that cow will suffocate and die. And I've seen it many of times, and I had quite a few over the last 5 years. Before I come up here, I'd never ever heard of it, so we had a few die before I actually cottoned on what you needed to do. But I remember the first time it ever happened, like finding the first one with it going on, and I rang the vet out and said, I've got a problem with the cow, he's rolling about and he's bloated up, can you come out and sort him out? And the vet said, well, what's he like? And I said, well, he's going to die in a minute if you don't get out here pretty quick. And the vet said, well, get your knife in the side of her and release that pressure, because it's do or die. And I've done that, and that cow lived, and she's still here somewhere. Sometimes they got a little scar here, but not very often. But I've had 2 so far this year, and I've saved those 2. I've had 2 die of mag. They died in the night when we weren't about, so that was a bit of a shit. But we are just slapping mag everywhere. But like I said before, this farm is like pretty horrendous for mag. It's usually around about now, like, or late May, early June, sometimes middle of June, late June. But it's right, yeah, now to middle of June you usually get it, and sometimes you get it in the autumn, not all the time, only now and again. Just finished milking, waiting for Tim to put the units down, and then I can chase the last bit of milk through. That's the teat feeder ready to go and feed the calves. I ain't got many. Cake feeder here, we've knocked the cake right back. We've got 2 bins, I think someone commented, we've got 2 bins here, what feed in the one and then go straight to the parlour. Now originally we only wanted 1 bin, but we went to a farm sale and we seen these 2 and they were going mega cheap. So, and they're ideal really, because it works out quite well. Because in the autumn we put cake in that bin, or we put cake in that bin, or any bin, and then we put lucerne pellets in one, and then we've got a slot down there and we feed them in and mix them together to string the cake out. And that works right, and we might do that this year because there's a big difference in price of like cow cake. I think we're feeding at 14% at the moment, and lucerne pellets, so we can mix in. Because I do like feeding a cow's cake all the way through. I don't like stopping the cake. We go down to like 1 kilo a day in the end. But we will probably carry on feeding a fair bit of cake because we want to keep the milk throughout the winter months. So I think that's when the milk price is going to push up. Got part of the plant here. Still got a few cows on the dump bucket. Units going down there, and then we're going to wash through. Tim's going to hose out and check the cows out. Got a ballast tank here. This is how I pump the last bit of milk on. And we've got a light there where I can see from the bulk tank over there, so I know when he's pumping. We had that put on. We also got our ice plate cooler on a light here. So this tells us the plate cooler's on, because Arda come and pick the milk at any time he wants, so during milking sometimes. So it's vital the milk goes into the tank and goes below 4 all the time when he pick it up. Right, so we're done, so I'm going to turn him off. Right, we're getting our milk now, let's have a look. See what's just gone this bad boy. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm getting there. Got tomorrow morning's milk to go in. And then they come. It's every other day collection. Every other day collection. We've never been on every day with this one. I doubt we're filling to the brim, but we get quite close. It's 18,000 litre that bulk tank. So we're getting. Just want to keep it. There. Then we don't want it to just drop off again. We want to, you know, because the milk price is low. I know it's spring calving, so you know it's milk from grass, and we're getting the milk from grass this spring. It's been relatively tough spring, but the cows have pushed on in the end. I say April wasn't as good as I thought, but May's going to actually turn out to be quite a goodish month. So yeah, we just want June, July, August. We want to keep the milk at high there. It is going to dip off a bit because all the cows are calved in a relatively tight block. But like I said, we're barring off the ones what aren't performing, and we go out and buy some more, probably up to 30, 35, to see what happens. Turn the tap off a minute.